Okay, I'm just being racist once again.
A little bit, yes. Racist against ogres and donkeys.
Yes. Well, they really don't deserve rights anyway. Keep them in their damn swamp.
Yep. Yeah, no, I ate one once.
On that note, welcome to the STGeek Podcast, where we
donkey,
talk about
not an ogre.
Being racially insensitive to donkeys, ogres. Sometimes we also sneak in some movie reviews, gaming, comic books, and TV show shit
Mostly
every now and then. And
mostly racism, speciesism.
Speciesism.
Yeah, really.
Fairy taleism.
It's like I've tried to tell you, John. Just because they're Pokemon doesn't mean it's not like animal rights issues right there. Okay.
Throw them all in a cage.
You can't touch
shake
them
the cage
inappropriately.
around once an hour.
Oh my god!
There's a sign-in
Your
sheet
poor
needs to be
Pikachu
completed
just
every hour
always
on
on
the
edge.
hour.
Have you shaken all 200 Pokemon in their cages?
Oh my god! All right. Well, that leads me to my first topic. Well, first of all, let me introduce ourselves. I'm AJ today, and just today though, just today. Other
Only
days
today.
we'll work out who I am. Yes, and
He's
then
Alfred most
to my
other
left.
days.
Alfred,
I think
definitely.
most other days.
I
of
don't know
course.
who's to. I'm to your right, but you might be to.
I'm to your left, but I don't know if I'm to your left in your perspective.
Oh, Zoom calls are hilarious. Well, who the fuck are you guys? We'll get right to that.
Well, I'm Peter. No, wait, no, I'm
wait,
John.
damn,
I'm
well,
John. I'm
okay.
John.
He's John. I'm
Just
Peter.
have can we have a Brady Bunch moment real quick and just look at each other's squares?
I don't know
We
what
do
you.
that.
Okay, your square is that way.
I'm not even
I'm probably
looking at
looking off the
anybody's.
Yeah,
That's
you're just
great.
looking. You're just turning your head when looking at the camera.
Nice. You got to watch the video episodes. That's
Great
all I can
impromptu.
say. Right. Very nice. But yeah, did you guys want to finish introducing yourselves?
I thought we did. I'm Peter.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear John. My bad. Okay.
Yeah.
John. Right
Gotcha.
here, this guy.
The least important one is the one that I didn't hear. So that makes sense. At least we're sticking to the status quo. All right. Well, speaking to the status quo, did you see, I don't know if this is like 100%, but apparently it's a fairly what's the word I'm looking for? Credible source in that within the millions of dollars that Zack Snyder was given, what was it, like $70 million?
70 million to be exact.
It's equated to about 5 minutes worth of screen time of new footage for Justice League. I don't know if I buy that, but if it's true, that's pretty damn disappointing.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking. I mean, the places that I've read might be citing the same source. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest,
Sure.
but it seems to be pretty likely that that's the case somehow.
Dear God.
So depending on
maybe
what the
special effects
footage,
would cost that much.
special effects is expensive.
And then paying for people.
That's
and-
what I was just about to bring up. Depending on who needed to show up for those reshoots, is probably a big chunk of that money went to them.
Absolutely. That's the thing
Oh,
about
yeah.
having a star-studded cast like that. I mean, whether the movie's good or not, it's going to cost you a shitload of money to
I mean,
have
how
them
else are they going to
on
afford
set.
Jared Leto's reshoots for his Joker scenes?
You know, we
Oh,
joke,
that was for
and-
free.
but again, I'm sure
Yeah, because he was
God.
that bad.
He
He's
just
like,
wants to make the
y'all
character
didn't
work,
ask
right?
Joaquin Phoenix? I'll do it.
I'll do it right now for free.
Mm. No charge.
Oh, that's so messed up. I mean, again, say what you will about the performance, and I'll probably agree with you, but at the same time, he's still Jared fucking Leto, who's going to cost an arm and a leg and probably a tooth. You choose the tooth, though.
And a forehead tattoo.
But yeah, Jesus. And a forehead tattoo.
Damaged guys.
Mhm.
Exactly. Just let everyone know how damaged you've been throughout your life. But anyway, I really hope that's not the case. I don't think 5 minutes of new footage can really save this movie. I don't know how you fit Darkseid into the overall arc of this film
Well,
in
here's the
5
thing.
minutes. Effective.
Here's the thing: the new footage that Zack Snyder himself is shooting is only like 4 to 5 minutes, but there is still going to be extra footage that was
This
actually
is
shot.
volts worth of shit. I mean, every movie has all this extra recorded shit, right?
Well, they're
That's
actually
true.
going to be using Cobra Kai Never Die. I see that. They're also going to be using some shots that Joss Whedon had shot. So they're going to be using some footage from his cut I guess.
But then that wouldn't be
That he
true to
didn't
the
watch.
Vision,
It's not
guys.
as original. Yeah, I
Vision's
know.
not Vision.
Mhm.
The Vision, though. That's why I'm watching it. The Vision. Oh, I meant Marvel's The Vision. I'm sorry.
I was actually
Seriously.
I don't know if arguing, but I was debating with Glenn the other day because I don't know. That's our go-to. We're bored. Let's argue about this for a bit. Yeah. So I was like, because he's convinced that the extra footage that we're getting is just add-on footage. Because remember how it's just like, okay, at this point, it's not the original Vision. There's no way you can say it's the original Vision. And his argument is, yes, it's absolutely the original Vision. We're just getting extra footage added on top. So we're just getting bonus footage. Original Vision plus more. So yay, Zack Snyder. And it's like, that doesn't make it.
So.
I was like, that doesn't make a lick
That
of
makes
sense.
my head. Yeah, that makes my head hurt.
So
I love how you're topping it. It's like when you buy the craft box and then it comes with like the extra packet of cheese. No. No.
Yeah, that's not how it works. You can't. That's not how a narrative works. Unless it's episodic, if I'm remembering correctly. Unless they're gonna release it episodically, and then at the end of the last episode, they're like, "And now the bonus footage, everyone."
Yeah, right.
Like it doesn't. Like if it's not being implemented into the narrative in some way, then that's the only way they'd be able to do it, which doesn't make any goddamn sense because it's I don't know. It's a silly argument.
It's going to be a hodgepodge of just trying to stick shit together. You know what I mean? With some bubble gum and freaking spit. I don't know. I wonder how much of a hodgepodge this film is going to be.
I think it was later next year. I don't think they've set a date, but it's looking like it's going to be like a whole nother year release.
Again, I've said this before. I'll say it again. I'm hoping and praying it's going to be good, but
it'll be decent.
Yeah, dude.
It'll be better than the one we got.
I'm
at the very least.
Way to set the bar so low, Zack Snyder / Josh Whedon.
I don't know. I mean, the thought of all this, it's making me very reminiscent of the prequel trilogy of Star Wars right now, compared to the sequel trilogy of Star Wars, to where there is a through line. There's a story to be told, despite the quality of those. Of episodes 1 through 3 of Star Wars, you could say that there's a beginning, middle, and an end. There's a thorough arc for each character, and there's that. With the sequel trilogy, it's just a hodgepodge of freaking 3 different stories going on. J.J. Abrams trying to write over what whatever freaking I can't think of the director's name right now. Ryan Johnson. Thank you, Ryan Johnson. Overwriting he did to make his original vision still work in Rise of Skywalker, instead of trying to make the world connect a little bit more. I worry, is that what's going to happen here? Because say what you will about what Joss Whedon did with Justice League, trying to make what he had with Zack Snyder work. I mean, at least it was a thorough story, even though the movie was kind of shit. I wonder if this is going to turn into like the sequel trilogy of Star Wars right now, to where it's not going to connect well. It's not going to really make much sense, and they're just trying to. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be deleted scenes making the new movie now. I don't know.
That's exactly.
I mean, in a matter of speaking, yeah, that's pretty much what's happening.
Exactly what's going to happen. He's going to get deleted scenes and fill them in here, and it's going to be the same movie with extra scenes.
That sounds.
I might be wrong on that. I really don't know. But from my understanding, he didn't finish filming the movie. So are we ever really going to get his true vision? He never finished filming the movie. He did an extra.
Well, that's
4
not.
minutes.
Well, that's not according to the fans. It was done. It was ready. It was in a vault. All they needed to do was press a button, and it was good to go.
So then why?
But then all of a sudden, he needs $70 million to film 5 minutes of extra. I don't know. It's stupid. It's fucking stupid.
There you said.
I said it. It never made sense.
Yeah, and it may never will, depending on how this turns out.
What was the original budget of his, like, how does that 70 million compare to what the actual movie itself, his movie?
Wasn't it $1 billion movie, or was that Batman versus Superman?
I hope not.
I don't fucking know. We'll that sounds insane.
I'm gonna check right now.
Okay,
the budget was it was $300 million. So fucking an Avengers movie essentially.
Okay, so almost a third of the original budget.
Yeah. Box office wise, though, it was a success. I mean, 657 $0.9 million. So I mean, it made its money back and plenty some.
Well,
but still,
yes and no. You gotta like
take away the fact that. Go ahead.
You gotta roughly double the budget for marketing. So really, which is so it doesn't really net positive the way that a studio would consider a win.
Sure. I feel you. I imagine Batman versus Superman performed well, right? I don't remember what the numbers were.
If I'm remembering correctly, I believe it did.
873 million on a $300 million budget.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Wait. It made 300. How much?
It was a $300 million budget, and it made 873 million.
Oh, okay.
So that's roughly a net positive.
Wow.
Of like
a lot of people lost
200 plus million.
That's not including DVDs and all that other fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that made money.
That's true.
Contrary to being bad.
DC is so freaking lucky to have have regained as much faith as they have since that movie. Really, since both of those movies, it's kind of crazy. I don't know how they got so far. I mean, granted, they finally started giving real quality to the films, but I'm actually really surprised that people were willing to give them another chance after everything, considering like characters like Shazam aren't popular, and yet it still did super well for them. I don't know.
Well, Marvel's already proven the characters doesn't need to be popular. It just needs to have the Marvel/DC logo and be a good movie. Right.
And then word of mouth will hopefully do the rest for them. But then again, like the advertising, the trailer for Shazam way back in the day was pretty fun. It got people hyped to go see it, I think.
Well, that's a perfect example actually, because Shazam isn't a mainstream superhero. Who the fuck knows who Shazam is that isn't already into comic books?
Exactly my point. Right. And yet they were able to kind of make that work out. And to John's point as well, you don't always need the most popular character to make a universe happen very well, a la Iron Man and such.
You just need the logo.
Cool. All right. Well,
and a good reputation.
Yeah.
Well, the PS5 came out.
Did come out. It's out in the wild. As did the Xbox Series X and Series S.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really see very much tweets about that console.
Xbox?
Yeah,
it's mostly PS5.
PlayStation, like all over the spot. I'm just seeing PS5, PS1.
That's what happens when you don't have next gen launch titles for a next gen console. That's
you don't really have a killer app.
What did they expect to happen? Right. That said, though, I mean, Xbox sold out of pre-orders just as quickly as PS5 did. So there is that. Like I tried hunting for them. I got lucky and I was able to get a PS5 back in September. I did not have the same luck when it came to the Xbox. Like day one, I woke up early in the morning, could not grab one. So at least that goes to show that they were able to sell the products super well. At the same time, though, yeah, like you said, but word of mouth wise, buzz wise, social media wise, it's not having the same splash, I don't think. Other than, like John mentioned the other day, apparently you can float ping pong balls above it.
Have you seen that, Peter?
Wait, what?
Yeah, go on Twitter, go on Mike Ross's Twitter, and he has a video of a little ping pong ball floating over the fan. It's pretty awesome.
That is pretty cool.
That's a freaking powerful ass
2020, the things that entertain me.
So speaking of Mike Ross, this is just the, an FGC related thing. Something quick, something nothing major.
Yeah.
Even though it's going to detract a bit. I guess Justin Wong tweeted at Michael B. Jordan who his team would be if he played Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And I just thought that was dope. That motherfucker. I mean, he plays shitty characters. Very, very mid to low tier characters.
Yeah, Purple.
But he acknowledged him.
Is the god.
He's mid tier at best.
No, it's when it's Purple Gi though. Yeah.
I like that he specified it.
He specified the Gi. Yeah, the only character that he did that. If I played against him, I would go straight to Ken and pick that Gi. Just piss him off.
He did mention Bone Claw Wolverine though, specifically also.
Well, because it's two different characters.
Tight. Well, I know, but I'm just saying at least he even knows the difference between the two.
Right.
It's a Marvel movie.
That's all.
He knows.
I suppose so.
And I think it's known that he's like a big nerd.
Yeah.
He's into anime and all that fun stuff.
Well, I don't know. It's somewhat debated that, but it's, I don't know. I don't know why it's debated, but some people are like, yeah, it's fake because he's just trying to get fans or whatever. It's like, nah, he seems like a pretty.
If he knows
like into this shit.
Yeah,
you could be 55 and get an anime for the first time. Don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You like it.
I mean, he's a freaking millennial. What do you expect? Like, he's a human being. Do they not expect him to have interests in life? Jesus Christ.
He's just an actor.
Let the guy have a hobby.
He's a blank slate. He's just a walking drone until he gets a role and then he gets a personality. But that's it.
You say that, but I imagine certain actors are like that, though. A la Daniel Day-Lewis. So there is that.
Daniel Day-Lewis is a dramatic exception to the rule of actors. Daniel Day-Lewis is his own category. Let's not get into that. That's a whole. Ooh, I can go on a whole spiel about that dude.
Absolutely.
We're talking about. We're making fun of Jared Leto's method acting. Like, holy shit! Like, we can go on a whole. It doesn't matter. We'll see. Maybe at a later time.
Yes. I'll just button that with just saying. The difference is Daniel Day-Lewis is kind of a genius. I'll put it that, or at least in my opinion, I think he's pretty genius. But anyway, it was really cool that Michael B. Jordan acknowledged the fighting game community and straight up talked to one of like the founding members, quote unquote, of the fighting game community. That was cool.
Well, one of the star children, I would say. I wouldn't say one of the Yeah.
I would have preferred he responded
fair
to
enough.
Yipes, but only because Yipes is still currently really playing the game. Jay Wong does too a bit. But I think Yipes is the one. Yeah, he has like sessions and he's keeping that game alive.
Oh, yeah. That's like his favorite game. True.
He makes me want to play it so bad again.
Get down on it.
The best
Break
game
out the
ever.
Xbox 360. Nice. Let me see here. So, should we get into the Mandalorian minute?
Oh, shit. That's right. The Mandalorian minute. Yes.
The Mando minute.
Okay.
The Mando minute.
Well, we didn't talk about...
Covering 2 episodes, I guess.
Season 2, episode 2. Yeah, we have 2 to talk about. Sorry, yeah. Episode 2 and episode 3. Should we talk about it? What are the feels?
Is it Mando 30 seconds and then another Mando 30 seconds? Since we got talking about 2 episodes.
Go for it. Well, go for
Great
it. What do you
start.
guys have to say about episode 2? Yeah.
That's 5 seconds down the drain. So this is why we never actually make it a minute.
Wow.
It was good. Baby Yoda is a fucking savage. I think we all know it at this point.
Egg snatching savage.
That was kind of full spoilers, I guess, for the if you haven't seen the latest 2 episodes, episode 2 and episode 3. But yeah, it was actually kind of uncomfortable a little bit. Not gonna lie, I was like, oh, she's just eating that creature's children behind her back. Again, we're just supposed to laugh it off. That's kind of fucked up.
I don't think I laughed once.
Yeah.
If anything, I was in more and more shock.
Exactly. I'm just like, oh shit, did that just happen? And it I don't know. They just kept playing it for comedic effect. And I'm just like, no, those are living things. That's her kids. Like,
right.
And she doesn't even know. Like there was one moment where I thought there's one moment where she kind of looked at it and she like, it kind of get the feeling she's like, it feels like it's less full than before.
That's the thing. They were clearly fertilized eggs and everything too. So it's like he was eating children.
I mean, we know he's somewhat carnivorous, so that's not much of a surprise. But yeah, the fact that they just kept it was a running joke continually. I was just like, can this be over, please? I don't want to see this.
Right.
And they showed in the previous episode or a previous season that he likes frogs.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he's carnivorous in some capacity. Yeah. So like it's not surprising, but it's just shocking.
A baby frog.
By the way, AJ, since you don't watch things with captions on like a savage,
yes,
I love how the subtitles just refer to her as Frog Lady.
Mm-hmm. Frog Lady.
Frog Lady and really? Frog Man.
Oh my God, I was calling her Lizard Lady this whole time. I'm such a fool.
And we got the official answers, by the way.
Yeah,
there Get him out.
Get him out.
Vote him out.
Close his box.
His speciest.
Mute him.
His speciest ways.
AJ, it's been an hour. Have you shook those Pokemon cages yet?
You know what? You're right. I'll be right back. Let me. 1 second.
Don't forget to check off.
Be quiet. I'm watching you. Okay. Anyway.
Just talking back.
I am specious because she looks more like a lizard to me anyway. So I'll say that much. But yeah, dude. And then we get the freaking crazy spider creatures that were scary as hell, and those cool ass X-wing fighters.
Yeah,
those guys are pretty tight.
Yeah, that was really cool just to see X-wings and just how the New Republic is kind of, because this is what, a few years after the fall of the Empire.
Yes.
Or at least after the Emperor is defeated. So yeah, they're still trying to like rebuild and stuff. So it's cool getting like little glimpses of that. And I love how, and I think I said this even about the first season, is just I love how they're doing that. They're doing very slow world building. They're not over like bombarding you with information like some movies do. And even in the more recent episode, how there was always a big question that was kind of ignored about why, because in other incarnations of Mandalorians, they take their helmets off all the fucking time. They do it all the fucking time. And so like there was always a question in the back of my head. It's just like, where did this come from? Where all of a sudden they're not allowed to take their helmets off.
Yeah.
And yeah, they finally addressed it a season later, which I'm fine with.
Yes.
I don't know. I just love how they're doing that. They don't feel the need to give you all the answers right away. It's like, we'll get there. We'll figure it out.
Right. We're talking about
Planet Mandalorian.
Chapter 10 now?
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of just jumping back and forth between.
They're kind of connected episodes a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, they're all connected.
For sure. Yeah. Right after the other.
Yeah, I did my YouTube research before season 2, so I already knew there was 2 different Mandalorians. So I got to be that nerd in the room, but like, I knew about that and the religion.
How dare you research for this podcast?
Goddamn nerd.
We're supposed to be as uninformed as possible.
Is that new? Because I don't think that was ever a thing before.
I'm pretty sure that was a thing. There was a war in Mandalorian or Mandalore, and they divided from there.
I know that there were like different clans and stuff like that, but I didn't know that there was actually like so that's been in the lore already? Like the new lore or the old lore?
Okay, you see, now I'm not that nerdy. I'm gonna take my glasses off. The YouTube video told me what I needed to hear, and then I backed out.
This is a lot of things that weren't canon.
That's enough knowledge for today.
She called their clan the Watch. And then I went Game of Thrones, and then I laughed again.
Oh my gosh. I did think that was pretty cool though. So apparently, yeah, he's a child of the Watch, which I thought was kind of enlightening to the fact that
he's a part of this crew.
There we go.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers that movie. I don't know if I ever saw that movie.
I never heard of that movie.
Really? It's all right. It's okay. It's nothing special.
All right then. Okay. Moving on.
Fair enough.
Way to ruin the joke.
Right. Well, I will say, just speaking of the other Mandalorians, they were badass. It was really cool to watch Mando kind of watch them work as a unit and show that Mandalorians don't have to be so solitary all the time. And there's further practice beyond what he knows, even though he wasn't really open to accept it at first. I like that.
Yeah, if there's one criticism I have about the show, it's that the pacing kind of feels a little weird. Like I just roll with it, but the pacing does feel a bit strange sometimes. Like, am I the only one?
Well, I mean, you get one episode where it's an hour, you get one where it's 45 minutes, you get one where it's 32 minutes. So it's like it's kind of all over the place
when you have different directors.
Well, that's not what I'm talking about. I just mean like as like from scene to scene, like it just feels like the beats kind of feel off sometimes. Like Mando, like in the most recent one where Mando just kind of takes off. He's just like after he gets saved by the other ones by Bo-Katan, which by the way, that's pretty dope. Bo-Katan's back. Yay. Yay. And then the next scene he gets jumped and then they save him. And then the next scene they're cool. Like it just feels like it's moving a little too quickly.
I will say I was kind of surprised at the end of the episode because all of a sudden he was like, yeah, I hope our paths cross again, similar to what he did with
which they absolutely will. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I mean, I look forward to for sure. But that said, I thought like the whole time he felt kind of like, oh, I don't know about these guys, but you know what? we struck a deal. They're going to tell me where the Jedi are, so I guess I'll just do what they say. Oh, what the hell? You're upping the ante. Now I have to do more than I signed on for. I don't want to have to do all that. I didn't sign on for this. And he kind of has like this sense of like, I don't know if betrayal is the phrase. That might be a little extreme, but he just didn't seem like he had a lack of trust after that. And then all of a sudden, by the end of it, when they succeed, he's like, oh, all right, well, you guys aren't so bad, I guess. And I was like, well, what happened to like you feeling iffy about them for a moment, you know?
Those are the kind of things I mean. I get narratively, they I guess it's just trimming the fat. You know what I mean? Like how like the alternative is just to draw out some of these scenes and maybe give him some monologues with the kid being like, I don't know about these guys. Like, so I guess they just kind of have to do it that way.
Yeah, make it quick and digestible. Keep it as easily digestible for audiences as possible because they have a good thing going with The Mandalorian. They don't want to fuck it up with too much shit, I guess.
Yeah. Did you hear that Pedro Pascal actually hurt himself?
Oh, no.
Yep. He sustained a back injury from carrying the entire Star Wars universe on.
Oh, my God. Well, I'm done. I'm turning off my light.
Got him. That'll be the show. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Oh, my God. We'll be right back. All right, cool. But that said, oh my God, I did really appreciate their armor. I thought they looked sick as fuck, really. I really liked the Mandalorian designs in this. That said, there were okay, so as far as pacing goes, I have to kind of jump back in on that just a second. I really thought that there was like some low-key, like not racism, but more so like I guess like a prejudice, if you will, between that other male Mandalorian to our Mando, because he was like, oh, he's one of them, and gives him like that like I don't know, conceited look. I thought that was kind of weird, and then they didn't really go anywhere with that afterward. Just like, oh, he's one of those that doesn't take off the mask. He's one. Well,
it's just establishing. I think it's just establishing that they're aware of those people, that they exist, and then he's just those like, people. and I guess that they're pretty rare. Mm-hmm. I guess that like members of the Watch are pretty rare because they seem genuinely surprised to even like run into somebody like that. And I think that's where that line comes from. Right?
And then they all died. Yeah.
You know what? The Watch wasn't worth having. You ever think of that? Maybe the Watch shouldn't have been a thing. They all died anyway, except for one. Got lucky. So there you go. Are they necessary? I don't think so. I mean,
I don't think the others are doing all that great either, to be fair.
That's true. There's a reason why they're hard to find. It's true. It's very true.
Just saying.
Besides episode 3 of season 1, when was the last time you really saw that mini Mandalorian on screen? So yeah, there ain't that many left.
Yep.
And Boba Fett went down like a bitch anyway. So are they going extinct for a bad reason? Probably not. So near the end of the episode, there's that captain of the ship.
We expect it.
And that really cool leader of like their team. She was like pressing him for information, and he mentions like,
not just really cool leader. Okay, Bo-Katan, if you don't already know, is actually from the Clone Wars animated show.
Oh, that's cool.
She's like one of the main characters of that. Or no, is it the Clone? Yeah, the Clone Wars. And the Darksabers, like the 2D one. I'm sorry, 3D one.
All right.
Correct.
So yeah, so like in the Darksaber is pretty ingrained with her arc in that show. So she even mentions how like it was hers at one point and like she lost it or whatever. And so yeah, this is just like a kind of a continuation of that whole storyline also, which is dope as fuck. In addition to Ahsoka, they show her briefly hiding in the shadows, and then they just name drop her at the very end. So it's like, oh, this is sort of a sequel to the Clone Wars shit. It's dope,
right? Hell yeah! I mean, it is said that eventually Ahsoka will be quite a character in this show, but when that's going to happen, I don't know. It was
next episode, from the sounds of it.
Woo, that would be fun. She's a pretty badass Jedi, so I'm down. I'm
cool. We're finally going to see a Jedi.
I know.
They ruin it with their monk shit.
Oh my god!
I love that
peace and tranquility.
I love that Bo-Katan and Mando have that back and forth. It's like, how much do you know about the Jedi? Like practically nothing. Like nothing at all. There was a war. We lost. That's it.
Right. Similar to our people, their people are pretty much no more. So yeah, what else is there to say?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Dope.
But that's cool,
dope. Both the episodes are dope as fuck. The giant spider shit was pretty cool, which we kind of glossed over.
Because it's gross and creepy, but I liked it.
It looks so gross.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well designed, I think.
I was genuinely like, fuck, how is it? I mean, I kind of knew those two X-Wing pilots were going to show up, like, and save him. Oh. But when his ship was getting fucking fucked up, I was genuinely like, how the fuck is he going to get out of this?
Yeah, seriously.
Like, holy crap.
Well, they did that 2 times in a row now, once with that episode and now with this one where he's freaking in that water pit, if you will.
They've kind of done it a lot, actually.
Like, yeah, he gets saved like last second every time. It makes me wonder, is he even that good of a Mandalorian in general? Because
he's gone whipped ass. Better.
He's gone.
He's gotten
because I remember when we first started reviewing it, that was the same thing I said the first 3 or 4 episodes.
He was getting his ass beat a lot.
Mm-hmm. But like as the show's progressed, you can see why he's pretty badass. Like he can take down a group of 10 people if he needed to.
Yeah.
Yes.
And a midget.
It's just that he can get you can surprise him, I guess. You can like set a trap for him. He's a little gullible, I guess.
Yeah.
Or too trusting.
He's yeah, exactly. Too trusting to a fault, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel the same. I mean, he does get those occasional badass. But
he's also kind of desperate.
Like
so I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, what? Sorry.
That. Yeah, he kind of has. I was just gonna say, like in episode 1 of season 3, where he strings up that dude, which was actually John Leguizamo, and freaking put him up on that light post for all those creatures to come out and eat him. I thought that was pretty awesome.
That scene was fucking sick.
Oh yeah, that was pretty dope.
Right? I was like, damn, they're starting this season off dark as shit. Nice. But yeah,
that technicality. What do you say? You won't die for my hands. He said something along those lines, implying you still gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That was pretty creepy. I loved that scene.
Anyway, dope. How many episodes are in this season? Do we know?
I thought 10.
Sweet.
I thought 8 because I think season 1 was only 8 episodes. Is that right? But I mean, who's to say they'll stick to that formula? They might just throw it around. Honestly, I don't know. We'll see though.
Anyway,
I'm uber excited.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Hell yeah. Absolutely. Well, what else you guys got?
That's about it for me. PlayStation 5 came out. Mandalorian.
I was going to mention Michael B. Jordan, but I got beat to the punch.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, great news.
Is that all you guys got then? All right then.
I mean,
well then.
Stallone.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't know. I don't even know if it's even worth mentioning. So my one lightning round one, where I guess Sylvester Stallone confirmed that he's going to be in the Suicide Squad movie in some capacity.
Oh, I don't think I heard that. That's
cool. I guess.
I'll take it.
It's already like a packed cast, so sure, why not? Okay, cool.
Might as well throw him in for 5 minutes.
Yep.
Apparently, that's worth $70 million. So hey, we'll let it happen.
Yep.
I don't know. I wonder who he'll play. That seems kind of fun. Has it been confirmed?
He's the one. It's been confirmed by him. He's the one that says I'm in it. But actors have said that before. I don't think he's ever just lied about a role, but who knows? We don't know who he is though.
Okay, gotcha. For sure. So nothing confirmed yet, but worth mentioning. I'm hyped for it. Why not? It'd be kind of cool to see him on screen as a superhero. I'm with it.
I mean, we saw him in Guardians 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Well,
as one of the OG
I liked
Guardians.
him in that movie though. He was pretty cool in that.
Yep.
Oh, weren't they supposed to make a movie based on that?
No, they never confirmed that.
Familiar.
Okay.
It was just like a good nod to the comics and the original Guardians of the Galaxy cast or group, whatever you want to. Yeah. Good times.
Gotcha. Absolutely. Cool. Well, if you want to hit us up, let us know what you would like us to talk about next. Again, just hit us up on social media at STGeekPod on Twitter and Instagram. You can even shoot us out an email. That would be stgeekpod@gmail.com. STGeekPod. I didn't mention it at the top of the episode, but we're going to move on to our movie review portion of the show, where we're going to be talking about Project Power, a Netflix original starring Jamie Foxx and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And a couple others sprinkled in here and there, but those are definitely the notables. Yeah, should we go into non-spoilers and then spoilers?
Let me start off there with the only reason I picked this movie was because I could not think of any other movie. Desperate.
No,
guys.
nothing
Recommend
else.
Movies.
Apparently, we're grasping for straws at the bottom of a barrel.
I actually watched Bright for the first time yesterday.
Ooh,
I'm sorry. I probably would have preferred. You didn't like it?
I thought it was okay.
It makes it you're racist. Yeah. Peter, did you like it?
I've never seen Bright.
Well, don't take AJ's opinion for it. He is the manager of the Pokemon Shake Cage. So
yeah, very true.
Founded by you. So
that's the name of the episode, by the way. Pokemon Shake Cage.
Oh my God. Sounds good. Sounds good. Dear Lord. But yeah.
Good time.
Bright's okay. It was fun. It was cool.
Yeah, I heard it was awful, so I never watched it.
Well, critics gave it terrible reviews, and then the audience didn't. I think that was like one of the first movies where people were like, "Do the critics really know what the fuck they're talking about?"
Well, I'll say this much. I mean, as far as the movie goes, it was kind of cool to see Joel Edgerton be something so different. I mean, he's a fucking orc, but like, just he's like unrecognizable with the makeup on. So that was kind of cool. Like, you could tell he's like a totally different person in this role. But otherwise, I guess he's kind of a cool character, and Will Smith's all right in there. I don't know. I just felt like
I'll say
was
this,
an unnecessary waste of an hour and a half.
When the movie ended, I looked straight into my dad's eyes and I said, "Rush Hour did it better."
Absolutely.
I think it was a good movie. I enjoyed it probably more than Project Power, but
okay.
To each their own.
So speaking of Will Smith, I sent you guys that the trailer for that Fresh Prince reunion.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So before we get into the review, let's talk that.
Yeah, I forgot to bring that up. That's cool. I mean, it looks like it's not going to be an episode. It just looks like a sit down, like catch up with the cast and all that stuff. Yeah. But
get some tears in there.
As
they cry, I cry. We all cry.
As Will Smith fans / 90s kids, it's something that I think I know I'm looking forward to. I don't know about you guys.
No, I'm down to watch it.
I finally installed HBO Go like fucking 4 or 5 days ago.
Max.
Fresh Prince was and it was the first one I watched.
Oh,
and
dang.
You know, it's HBO Go on Fire Stick, so I had to do some shit to get Max on there.
Mm-hmm.
Bastards. Why do they have 4 different streaming services that are all the same?
Well, because they were all their own streaming service, and then they all condensed them into HBO Max to try to stop confusing people with how many different apps there were. But now it's getting it started is just as confusing.
Yeah, kind of redonkulous.
Watch Harley Quinn and watch the Doom Patrol. They're both really funny. They're both great.
There you go.
They're on the list. They definitely are, especially Doom Patrol. But yes, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, great show.
Yeah, okay. I won't go into my Doom Patrol spiel, but yes, Fresh Prince, awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. I mean, there was one quick portion. I mean, I feel like it kind of gave away some things. I mean, it's the trailer. You're supposed to get excited, but it was nice to see. Like, I don't know, like they do mention James Avery as Uncle Phil, and like,
of course,
I really look forward to that portion of the show when it eventually airs. Just because, I mean, like they said, he was like a huge mountain of a man. It seemed like he could have been like the heart of the show and all that. And I don't know.
You never watched Fresh Prince, did you?
Of course I did.
Okay.
I
don't know why, but in the back of my head, for some reason, I just thought, even when I sent you guys the trailer, I thought like, I don't think AJ's into Fresh Prince.
I liked that you linked it to us. I'm pretty sure I tapped like. But no, I mean, I'm not like a religious watcher of the show, but I've definitely watched many episode to where like I've seen reruns of episodes.
Was it on Nick?
All reruns.
Is that when you used to watch it? That's
no, I used to watch it back in the basic channel days, but also went to Nick at Night or whatever.
Yeah,
and the reruns. And then it was like I'm watching this every single night.
I think it was on syndication on like Channel 5 back in the day before it was on Nick at Night. So I watched them on both.
Yes, exactly. I watched it more on Nick at Night, but even still, though, I did watch it before it ended, if I'm not mistaken, though, like the later seasons and such.
Peter,
but it was cool.
Do you know why the show ended? It's only like 6 seasons. So it's like relatively short.
Well, from what Funny you ask that. It actually almost got canceled like 2 or 3 times.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah. So like,
because Aunt Vivian left.
One of them was because of that. Yeah.
Okay.
And then other times, I think the ratings just weren't as good as the studio wanted it to be. Wow. But yeah, I think they were just done. I think they were just. I mean, Will Smith was becoming a pretty big movie star. Like I just don't.
Independence Day had came out like right after the show ended, right?
I think before. I think the last season, Independence Day had come out because they used the same kid, Nikki. They used him in Independence Day. Same actor.
Oh, you're right.
I didn't consider that. That's a really good call
about that. Oh.
Yep, that's the thing.
I'm done for the day.
Yeah, it was the last season or 2. So yeah, I just think it was Will Smith was becoming too big of a star to have it to star in his own sitcom.
Yeah. Right.
Because after that, it was just nonstop hit after hit after and Hitchcock. I don't even know the name of it.
Well, that was like way later. It was, but it was mostly hit. There was Ali and Wild Wild West that maybe weren't so good.
Ali wasn't good.
The movie itself isn't good. His performance is great.
That's what I keep hearing, or that's what I used to hear. I should say.
I thought just in general, I thought it was a good movie. Wow.
I didn't like it personally, and I think that's the general vibe. But yeah, his performance is spectacular.
On that note, watch Wild Wild West.
Don't ever watch that movie. Don't ever support that movie. Ever.
I really enjoy.
I love that movie. You don't like that movie?
I think that movie's awesome.
I mean,
take it for what it is. It's a comedy.
It's a slapstick, goofy comedy.
Yeah. And to be honest, I never finished it.
Oh.
I couldn't get through it. I just get bored. I'm like, what is this?
I feel like this is the first time I'm giving you my shake and disapproval.
It's mostly pointed at AJ. Yes, I know.
Yeah. Well warranted, though. Well earned. But yes.
And then the song, The Wild Wild West.
Exactly.
The Wild Wild West. We're going to the wild. If
Will Smith didn't make a song for 7 pounds or Ali, I will never watch these movies.
That's how old that movie is. Cisco was featured in that song.
Wow. Oh my God. Silver hair and all,
pretty sure it's Cisco. Now I'm going to look it up. Do my research.
We're all boomers.
So,
the fact that we know who Cisco
Project
is.
Power.
Yeah, right.
Went on a straight Will Smith rant.
Yeah, we did. I could have kept going too.
Honestly, I could keep going because I will say that I was very whatever about Project Power.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna stick to Project Power then. Yeah. I mean, let's talk about the overall vibe. So Peter seems a little disappointed. I imagine you probably didn't have the highest hope for it anyway.
I actually I didn't know what it was until I had looked it up, and then I was like, "Oh, it's that movie that some people were talking about." Okay, like it got a little bit of buzz when it first released, so I wouldn't say I got excited, but I was hopeful. I was like, "Oh, okay, let's see what this is about."
Jamie Foxx,
Jamie Foxx, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I'm like, okay, cool, and I like the concept. It kind of reminds me of those weird, like out of nowhere super movies, like a Jumper, or was that other one with Chris Evans?
Oh,
Looper. No, not Looper. Looper's the other Joseph Gordon-Levitt one. I think it's Push.
Push. There you go. Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of
Fanning, I think.
Yeah, which I think kind of does this concept a little better. Minus, the concept is a little different, but it's still just people having powers. In some capacity in a dark, gritty, real world scenario.
Right. It seems like they're kind of jumping on that bandwagon of having superhero movies, like you said, in a darker, gritty setting where it's more real or quote unquote real, if you will. Towards like, what would it be like if people really did have superpowers? Oh, okay. And it was a fun concept. I don't know if it was executed super well. Does anyone know if this was actually like a graphic novel at some point beforehand?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if it's like an original concept of short.
I'll find out right now.
Oh, thank you. Cool.
Oh, Drew Hill, by the way, who was singing in the
Drew Hill. Okay.
Not Cisco. I just had to correct myself.
Very good. Very good. I was gonna say one thing I will give this movie props for is like the original song or two that's in it were pretty dang good. I did like the soundtrack a little bit.
They were all right.
The soundtrack was kind of fun. I'll give it that. The original tracks are cool. And I did like the idea of seeing Joseph Gordon-Levitt and freaking Jamie Foxx share the screen together, but you don't really get much of that in this movie.
No.
Yeah, which was kind of unfortunate. I was like, here are these really cool actors that I appreciate, and they don't really hang out much.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt feels more like a caricature than a character. Like very early on when he has that argument with the captain, when they're giving me your gun and your badge spiel, and it's just like, yeah, you don't even feel like a real person. You feel you just feel like, I don't know. You just feel like a stereotype for a cop gone rogue.
Right. Like you and I both care about this city. So we need to make this happen.
Yeah.
We both care about this city, and I love this city. And then later on he talks about loving the city.
Yeah,
it's like, we get it. It's like, okay. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it got a little one note, and I don't think that's his fault. I just think it speaks to the writing of the.
I don't think so at all. And
it was his script. He asked to read the fucking script where he loves the city all the time.
And he really goes in on some parts. Like there's the part where he pretends to be like Robin's father, I guess, like stepfather. When he shows up in a bathrobe and he's just like, "Hey, what are you doing, honey?" Whatever. Like I don't know. That whole bit was I thought was hilarious. I thought that was great.
I liked that. I did like that part. That was actually pretty decently executed and funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was a lot. I don't know. Don't think too hard with this movie because there's a lot of there is a lot of things that don't make sense. I was thinking to myself, I was like, if these are bad, like why wouldn't they just kill them? They don't have guns. There's just one white dude shows up. They're trying to get answers from this lady. Why wouldn't they just kill him?
They had
back at the truck. Fucking Jamie Foxx had to had a shootout with these other this is the same people, right? Like how the what? They're just like, this white guy's here. Let's get out of here.
Looking a little sus.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they had plenty of opportunity to kill Jamie Foxx as well. Like they end up. I mean, I guess I don't want to spoil it. That they had opportunities.
Let's spoil it. It doesn't matter. Full spoilers.
I'm there.
Yeah,
there's not old as fuck already.
Should we at least say something as far as like the setting of the film before we get into spoilers?
No, it's not worth the time. I'm going all in. It's not worth it. It's really it's not that it's a bad movie. It's just such a whatever movie. I really don't think there's much to spoil.
The one thought I still remember having about this movie was that I don't think this will ever be anyone's favorite movie. And I look forward to meeting the person who knows this movie front to back, just because I feel like it's such a waste of life to like this movie a lot. That's all.
You're going a bit harder on it than I am, but I see where you're coming from.
Goddamn, AJ.
I just think it's no one's favorite movie. It's just one of those to where it's like easily forgettable. I hope I forget it soon. It's whatever. Give me 5 seconds or 10 seconds to explain the plot a little bit. 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
There's a drug dealer girl. Seconds. She deals this power, which is called power. It's a drug. You take it, you have 5 minutes of some random power. You don't know what's going to happen. Some people die from it, and sometimes you get really strong. Or
everybody dies in the flames. Spoiler.
10 seconds.
You went a little over
there. A little over. That's pretty condensed.
I had to cut you off.
Okay, going back to what you said a second ago.
Flashing 10, so I stopped. My bad.
Okay, well, see, you covered it pretty well. So before we get too far from it,
not being anyone's favorite film.
Well, the one criticism you were saying about them not just killing Jamie Foxx when they had the chance, I thought the exact same thing, and you can tell the writers thought the same thing because there's one throwaway line towards the end when they catch him on the boat, and the bad girl lady, which is a very whatever villain, like. It's like, who are you? Like, what?
She's a doctor, I guess.
Are you on power pills?
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. She says like throw them and then we'll harvest them for like spare genetics or some shit. Whatever the fuck that means.
Okay. Does that mean that they were aware of how powerful he can be then?
I guess so.
Because they don't really allude to knowing how powerful he is. I mean, he and his daughter know, which is kind of cool. That was the coolest part of the movie for me. Really,
the lady knows. I feel like. I mean, it seems like they have history. Maybe do they even confirm that? I don't know.
Right?
Her organization has history with him. I guess he was one of the first ones that they tested it on, and he's got that little shrimp power or whatever the fuck. So as soon as
power.
Yeah, she's got. That's what he says. Those are his words. He's like the micro shrimp or some shit.
Oh, I forgot. It's the pistol shrimp. Yeah,
that's it.
Shrimp.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No, but I just the moment you said shrimp power, I had no idea what you're talking about.
And she like as soon as she sees the pill in his mouth, she like freaks out because I feel like she knows exactly what the shrimp power is.
Right. Either this guy's gonna burst into a ball of flame and kill himself, or he's gonna go Super Saiyan on us.
Yeah, that's actually a very apt comparison. I didn't think about that.
Kind of much does. I don't know. But yeah, this movie was fun though. I'll say this: like I kind of got a bit of hokiness from Joseph Gordon-Levitt's like beginning scenes in the movie, which was there was a cool scene where he gets shot in the head, but then his skin gets really tough, so it repels the bullet and all that, and he's fine. He just gets like a concussion probably, and then an ever bleeding eye.
I know, I like that.
But otherwise, right? But then you gonna get like when it jumps to Jamie Foxx's character, you kind of get like some fun intro cinematography, zooming closely to him and all that, and that was kind of neat.
Seems
and
like every character
goes out the window
that.
when Machine Gun Kelly becomes Pyro all of a sudden. I don't know.
I thought that was Machine Gun Kelly. Okay.
That was MGK, yeah. Which I mean, a lot of shit. Good for him. He got to be in the movie. But yeah.
Did you guys ever see that Motley Crue movie on Netflix?
No, I heard it's good though, right?
It's like, really good. He's actually in it, and he's pretty good in it too.
He's the drummer? Who is he in the movie?
I don't remember who he played. I saw it when it first came out, which was, I don't know, a year and a half ago, which is like forever in 2020 times.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. Cool. If you got time, I recommend it. But anyway, for most of the characters, they had that cool cinematography thing where they like zoom in and you see their bloodstream or whatever the fuck, and
power up. How do you guys feel about the CGI?
It was laughable in some places. The part where like a discount Pedro Pascal like takes it and he turns into that weird like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde creature. Like he looks off. I literally laughed out loud at how bad it was.
Yeah, he turns into like a blobby buff monster. That was kind of weird. The weird thing about this movie was they managed to make so at least when this guy was younger, that actor, he was like super like male model handsome, like extremely, but then like they managed to make like this beautiful man into like the ugliest of fucking creatures. It's crazy.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Look
him up sometime. You will certainly, I know, right? you'll certainly swoon. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I mean, so let me get this. So maybe I wasn't paying close enough attention, which is usually my fault. But I will say this. Let me ask you guys this. How did they know about the daughter? Is it because Jamie Foxx was an early test experiment, and then so they found out that she has this like healing capability?
I was honestly having a really hard time following that because they pretty there's moments in this movie where a character will just monologue to explain what the fuck is going on, and they move pretty fast. So I'm just like, I'm not rewinding this. Whatever. Whatever. She's got
it's happening.
She's got powers without the pills. Who that's all I need to know, I guess. Who gives a shit?
That's what I picked up.
Yeah. She's got powers without the pills was my favorite bar from the girls' song. So yeah. I will say there was some really cool freestyle rapping in this movie, though. I did like that. I wonder if it was actually done freestyle or if she did write it beforehand. I mean, it's a movie. I don't expect them to not have.
Who was that girl anyway?
She was cool. I liked her a little bit. I don't know if I've ever seen anywhere. At times, she really liked putting on the shock-eyed face. Like I feel like the director was just like, keep looking shocked, keep looking surprised, and every time she's on screen, she's like. Every friggin' time, like
there was also some comedy moments that just seemed so
bad for her.
Place.
Like what?
The one that sticks out is the one where they're on the boat and then she's like the man in the van, like she stays behind to open and close the doors, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt goes the wrong way.
Wait! I'm sorry. I completely missed that. Would you mind saying again?
Of course. Yeah. AJ made that face that girl made through most of the movie. He was just like,
I know, right? Oh, Just YouTube expression face.
There's a part when they're in the boat, Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Robin is the character's name. And he's like, I'm gonna go help whatever his name is, Art. And she's like, I'll stay here. And then he goes like down the hall in the wrong direction. She's like, it's the other way, idiot. And he's like, yeah, I knew that. And it's like, what?
Oh my God.
Why was that? Why was that filmed? I don't know.
Right. So he's loyal to a fault, and he's also kind of dumb. So should he be a detective?
I don't get this. There's so many questions.
I don't think so. He seems pretty bad.
You can't follow someone. How do you do detective work if you can't simply follow someone?
That's the only one that comes to mind, but there's other moments where I'm just like, was that necessary?
Let me ask you guys this. So do you guys remember near the beginning of the film, the guy who's like he can blend into objects if he stands?
That was dope. I liked that effect.
That was great. Yeah.
That was really cool in that one moment. And then he's running through the street, and I still thought the CGI was kind of neat to where like you would still see the background get reflected off his body. Yeah. But clearly though, people on the streets could see him running because there's that one guy on the sidewalk where he's like, whoa, what was that? And so it's, again, because you can see like the background reflecting off his body, whatever's around him. So that was kind of neat. But then he gets in the bus to try to sneak away. And again, everyone can see him seemingly. And all of a sudden, once he sits down next to a lady, all of a sudden she doesn't see this like weird blob come toward him and then come toward her and sit down next to her. And then all of a sudden, once he moves, then she freaks out. I don't know. It just little
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Like that kind of weird I guess so. That's the answer to this movie.
The lady was on cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
She seemed like a really well-to-do professional lady, but
am I tripping?
Right? If she's a professional lady, she can afford all the cocaine.
She's like, I need some help, man. I don't know what the fuck this is. Never had this on a trip before. Oh no.
Yeah, I think that was the beginning of me wondering how much I was going to enjoy this movie. And that scene right there, I was like, what? And then it was a long hour and 45 minutes from there.
I gave it my time. I gave it, I was open-minded. I sat down, I was willing to see what this movie had to offer. And I was just like, this movie's not great.
It's like an early 2000 action film.
Yeah, that's a good way of describing it.
Okay. And then you're done.
It's a one and done. They sort of tease a sequel maybe, but then that's never going to happen.
I sure hope not.
I'll make us watch it if it happens.
I would still like to see Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Michael J. Fox in a movie again together, but I just really hope it's not a sequel. Yeah,
I feel like they have been. Have they not
before? The idea of them being on screen was cool. Maybe I really just don't know. But either way, I mean, I thought the idea of them being in the same movie was really cool.
Yeah,
it just was not executed well. But I feel like for the most part, I shouldn't say for.
We've been talking over each other a lot during this episode, by the way.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I didn't understand anything.
But I think it's
you
also
guys just said. That's probably the case.
I apologize.
I blame you, AJ.
Always blame AJ.
Probably.
Shake my head in disapproval.
Apparently, there's a YouTube Wired where Jamie Foxx and Joseph Gordon-Levitt answer the web's most pressing questions. I imagine that's a lot more entertaining than this movie was.
I would imagine. Yeah.
I look forward to seeing that.
I wouldn't say this movie's not entertaining. Like I said, I don't think it's a bad movie. Yeah. It's just not great.
I'm sorry. Enjoyable is the word I was looking for. Enjoyable.
I think it's one of those things where it's like it's so bad it's good kind of things for me. Like I'm having fun making fun of some of the production decisions.
Sure.
Yeah.
But if you can help it,
I can go with you on that.
There's better things you can watch. It wouldn't be the worst thing if you saw this movie, but I would use your time more wisely.
Watch something better.
Yes.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Don't make our mistake. Learn from us.
Let us take that bullet.
Do as we say, not as we do.
Do yourself a favor. I did like some of the Jamie Foxx action scenes, though. I thought the scene where that where Casey Neistat's girlfriend is freezing in that glass cage of emotion.
That action scene
and
was actually
all that action
cool.
going on outside. That was really nice. It was like a cool, like, I don't know if it was all in one shot, but if it was pulled off really well, whether it was one shot or not. That was one interesting part of the film.
Yeah, no, that was a pretty cool piece of cinematic work, at least as far as the photography is concerned. You just reminded me of something. Jimmy Foxx got shot through the shoulder and just got sewed up, and he was perfectly fine.
And he was fine. Yeah, at a vet place.
Right.
By a little girl.
Yeah, he was good. By a veterinarian, or I'm sorry, a daughter of a veterinarian.
Like the shoulder chest area, right where your lung would be. Like you would think, like, I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter.
No. It was a question I think we all asked ourselves when we were watching that movie. Like, so
yeah, I thought he was dead. I'm just like, oh shit,
right?
And then
Can we
he's
get
fine.
This guy some blood, please.
He just passes out. I also didn't really believe. I don't know. It made no sense why she would help him. He's just trying to find his daughter. He did kill my cousin, sort of, but maybe not because he OD'd. But what? I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
I
guess she's not a Machine Gun Kelly fan either.
Her rapping game, so. Fair. I don't know. Yeah, this movie was kind of all over the place. I did kind of like the moments that Jamie Foxx and the lead actress shared together. I thought those moments were kind of fun. And I also liked that, like, Jamie Foxx's character was kind of a good actor. Like when he's pretending to be drunk and he beats up the door, like the bouncer.
When he gets
I thought that was kind of neat. Like, I was like, oh, wow, this guy's actually kind of cool. And he pretends to be a little drunk when he bumps into Casey Neistat and steals his lucky bunny's foot, whatever, rabbit's foot keys. Yeah. I was like, okay, yeah, this guy's kind of funny. And he's cool. He's clever. He's super clever. Those were scenes where it was kind of nice. But otherwise, I don't know. I would have maybe appreciated more of a buddy copness between the two leads, but didn't really get that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Right, though.
I don't know. Whatever. It's fine.
We saw it. We can't get that time back.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
We certainly cannot get that time back. It's okay. No. That's all right. I guess.
Yeah, I guess. It'll happen any more times.
Would you guys recommend this movie to anybody?
No, never.
No. Absolutely not. If you want a decent laugh, maybe, I guess. I don't know.
Like the movie's
I don't
fine.
know. I don't think I could. Sure.
No,
it's fine.
I just don't think I'd recommend it to anybody.
Fair enough.
I think it'd be one of those, like, it kind of sucks. You'd have to watch it to believe to figure it out. I feel like there's a market for this type of movie, though, to be totally honest. I feel like there's some people out there that would like this very sporadic, all over the place, not think too much kind of movie.
If you like the movie Glass, you probably will like this movie. Just saying.
I wouldn't go that far. I think those are two very different movies.
Didn't we complain about Glass when it came out?
I'm
pretty sure we didn't
stand up.
I think we liked it. At least that's what the review was. I think we all liked it.
Listen to the episode. Let us know.
I mean, that movie's not without faults, but I wouldn't put it on the same par as this one.
Agreed. I think Glass deserves a little bit more than that.
I'm gonna watch Glass again. Now I want to watch Glass again.
All right, let me know how that goes.
I will.
Yeah, actually, yeah, do that. All right. So are we about wrapped up? Definitely don't watch this one. I think that's the show.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, let me see here. So we do have a topic to be chosen for this next episode coming up, which I think is going to be I think this is episode 99, actually. So episode 100 is coming up next week.
So I have an idea. I don't know if you want to talk. It had nothing to do with episode 100, but it was I did have an idea for an episode that had nothing to do with like reviewing anything per se.
Cool. Yeah.
I don't know if you want me to spit it now or spit it later.
Are you okay to spit it now?
I mean, I guess. So I was listening to another podcast and they gave me an idea. I'm not just ripping off this idea, but it gave me an idea that this year. So last year we did the whole like hottest guys or whatever or something like that. I think it was supposed to be hottest guys of 2019, and then it just turned into whoever the fuck we thought was hot.
Right. Well, technically they were alive in 2019, so we weren't inaccurate completely.
So
now let's be perverts and do hottest women. Of course.
No. In the same vein, I thought it would be a funny idea to do something else a bit more effeminate. But so I thought we can talk about movies that made us cry.
Ooh, I like that.
All right.
Brilliant done. Brilliantly said, sir. Okay, cool. That's a fun idea. I'm into it.
And believe me,
I will reserve my.
Is it just the number one movie?
I just thought we could like spit some movies that are like that kind of just hit us emotionally.
Okay.
I think that's a great call. Okay, cool. So then with that, definitely hit us up on social media at STGeekPod on Twitter and Instagram, and also STGeekPod@gmail.com. Subject line, movies that made you cry. That way you can let us know which ones made you cry too, and perhaps we'll share things. And also we can also probably make fun of you if we think it wasn't worth crying over. We'll tease you on the next episode for sure. Shame you for your feelings, because that's what toxic masculinity is all fucking about.
Oh yeah.
Cool. All right, then. Well, then again, subscribe to us on YouTube. Just search STGeek Podcast. STGeek is all one word. Again, you can find us on any preferred podcast app, the one that you're probably using right now to listen to us on. We're available on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Ask FM, iHeartRadio, Podcast Addict, really anywhere you can find podcasts nowadays. We're fortunate in that regard. But definitely hit us up. Let us know what we should be watching, reading, playing next, and we'll see you next time. Later.
Peace.
Bye.